What's up? So I wanted to discuss a few things. What did you do now, Drake? I was mean to somebody who decided to drive drunk and suffer the consequences for it. But no, I make light of that. But I actually do want to address a few things actually, quite a few things. We're on the way to New Orleans right now, and do construction. And so we got about a 5-hour drive. We're gonna go hang out with Monty from Hannibal and Monty Shit Show this weekend. And there's a conference that we're going to where I'll take pictures of that and all that good shit. Expectantly, there's people who found some of my comments harsh towards Faith. And when I told her to go pick her fucking brains up off the fucking ground, one of those people was my wife, believe it or not. Absolutely. My wife has known me for years. People who watch me for years know that that's probably one of the less inflammatory things that I've said. And just so people are aware, I stand by that. I'm not apologizing for that in any way, shape, or form. Let me explain why. If you see that I'm extra hostile or brutal towards someone, you can more than likely expect there's a history there. It seems almost a bit out of character for a reason. That's because people who are new and people who don't know more about that person, about my personal interactions with them, are only seeing the most recent interaction. Now, for years, I've ignored Faith. I've been one of those people. It's like she has a TBI, she doesn't know what she's doing, yada, 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 yada. And then once people who actually have real medical backgrounds and know about this situation kind of said, why are y'all coddling her? Well, she has a TBI, and people say, you can't talk. No, a TBI, and somebody pointed this out. Again, people with medical backgrounds. If she can rationalize bad decisions, then her TBI isn't as bad as you're saying. And someone's like, hey, Drag, didn't you serve with somebody who had a severe TBI that he would fight you when he'd wake up? Yeah. Could he still do his job and rationalize? Yeah. Well, there you go. And Sergeant Abasta, if y'all have never heard my Sergeant Abasta story. Or wasn't Sergeant Abasta. It was, Sergeant Abasta just made E7 now. No, this was a different,
left 3 lanes.
This is a different NCO. I can't remember his name. It started with an L. Anyway, point is, the person who I told to go pick up brains up off the fucking ground got that way. TBI is traumatic brain injury. She was driving drunk and endangering people's lives. There's a guy in my Discord who went to prison, and if I'm not mistaken, also suffered TBI and doesn't defend or call a racist. Because you think about it, if she can rationalize her defense for racists and offer you her rationale, it's not affecting that part of the brain now, is it? But yeah, I get there's people with sock accounts that are upset and supposedly they have a spouse that's a TBI expert now and all this other kind of shit. Whatever, right? That's stupid. But people forget that I can check to see how long you've been watching and what facts you may or may not know. I don't coddle people who make bad decisions. I have no remorse for people who decide to get behind the wheel of a car and endanger people's lives. That's something that I'm actually deadly fucking serious about. And that's why I was as mean as I was. It's because she does hide behind that. Now, there's another part to this that people should realize. Why do you think that Shani and Rev would defend Faith? I explained it earlier. Why do you think they all defend each other? Why do you think Rev was defending Miss fucking Wonderful? What do they have in common? Make sense now? That's why. That's why I didn't give a shit. That's why you heard Soccer Count say that she shouldn't have been born, the parents had swallowed her. I agree, so she wouldn't have fucking defended people who, they themselves, are driving drunk with kids in the car. I still got those videos, by the way. We're gonna play those. But yeah, I'm not gonna apologize for that at all, whatsoever. And I think fucking Soccer Count's point was fucking hilarious because I agree. if you decide that you want to endanger other people's lives and then get on the internet and defend other people who do the same thing, then you're a piece of shit too. That's just how it is. And I get it. You know what? Some people don't like harsh words being said to people who make bad decisions. You can hit that unsubscribe button, because that's my line in the sand. No hard feelings. That's my line in the sand. I'm not going to be nice to people who decide to get behind the wheel of a fucking car and endanger people's lives, especially with kids in the car, people blowing .15 and then talk about other people's decisions in life. It is hypocritical. It's incredibly, but again, a lot of people don't know, and I get it. You know what? I said, Drag, that was brutal. You're absolutely right. Absolutely. And it does help to know the backstory, and that's why I'm not mad at anybody for forming opinions, because if you don't know, you don't know. But if you all don't believe what I'm telling you, you can go find Faith will come up with another fucking stock account. Ask her how she got that TBI. Ask her. How many of y'all didn't know this? Faith's family don't like Shani and Rev. Shani and Rev told Faith not to go to AA and get help, because AA was pseudoscience. Did y'all know that? The reason why Faith defends them is because they're all codependent. Didn't know that, did you? So I find it funny that Rev now recently is defending Faith because, well, he sees that, well, she's a simp now. But Rev had just told her to go fuck off. Well, I should say Shani told her to go fuck off, because it seemed to Shani that Faith was hitting on Rev. It seemed that way. Was she really? Who knows? But I'm always going to go hard in the paint for that. And you decide you want to endanger people's lives and shit like that, absolutely go pick your brains up. Absolutely. That's a serious ass topic. That's a serious fucking topic. And that's why I'm hostile about that, because that impacts people's lives. There's a guy in my Discord right now, same scenario. Same fucking scenario. Guess what? You don't defend racists, you don't coddle people, you don't do any of that shit. But unfortunately, when he got behind the wheel of a car, he killed somebody. I'm not going to say this person by name, so y'all know who I'm talking about. And he heard about this a while back and can't figure out why people would defend that, given how it's impacted his life. There's a guy in my Discord right now, and he will tell you that that's a very serious fucking topic, and his life has been altered. What he had to do for the family of the person he killed. So no, I don't have any sympathy for people who do shit like that and now have to suffer the consequences for it. But the difference between Faith and this other person is that this other person understands the gravity of what happened and doesn't gloss over it. And that's what's sort of sickening about this, because I get people don't like me because I call people out. You get too close to where people's faults, you got something to say, I got it. That happens, right? And you can call me a big old meanie poopy head, a big old bully, but I'm gonna call out some bullshit like that every day of the fucking week. Name calling don't hurt me, Chief. If you stand by and defend people who drive drunk and endanger people's lives, you probably don't want to watch my channel. Probably don't need to watch my channel. So I want to throw that out there just as a bit of a clarification. The people who are saying harsh things to Faith have known her for years, and she's done shit like this for years. And that's why I made the comment about her still drinking. She's already endangered people's lives once and have had to pay the price. She hadn't learned a lesson yet. So just keep that in mind when you're on the road. Who's behind the wheel of a car and what sort of decisions that they're making. Did you want Shani and Rev on the road next to you? Or people who defend them? Yeah, and you know what? I get it. It came across absolutely harsh, and that is absolutely acceptable. And people get that impression of me because that's what was shown. Absolutely, absolutely, and I got that, and that's why part of the reason I'm making this video. But if you see that I'm extra hostile, and occasionally you will see that I'm just extra hostile, me and that person have history, and I don't like recounting history. I skip straight past the bullshit. But again, y'all don't have to believe what I'm saying. Next time Faith pops in here, which she will, ask her, did she get behind the wheel of a car intoxicated?
In 1 mile,
ask her.
Left onto North Highway 1.
You don't have to believe me. Go ask Jason. Does he know that history about Faith? She has videos on her channel where she's talking about it. There are people like Sock Account who told her she should have been swallowed, right along with most of the people, except for Miss Parker and a few others, who have known her for years. And that's one of the reasons a lot of us keep our distance from her, is because she's one of these people who are going to keep endangering people's lives, and she doesn't care. If you want to see a pretty good example of a non-hostile engagement, the Shanny Simp video that I uploaded, go listen to how she responds to people being cordial with her and nice. Because someone's like, hey, why do you coddle racists? That's not cool. You see her response. Yeah, degenerates defending degenerates. That's why. That's why. Absolutely. And it's sickening. It's fucking sickening. So it's crazy, but it's not a surprise that Drag, what did Jason say? Drag, leave Faith alone. Well, yeah, you drove drunk, you and Shanny, before y'all got into your domestic violence incident. Of course you're going to defend her. That doesn't surprise me. I still have the video where you were offering me and my wife a tryst, and y'all were both drunk. The video, you remember that video, Jason? I still have that. Remember the video that y'all made a little bit later? When y'all were in the arcade? We're in the arcade! We're inebriated. We're gonna go see the Pikachu movie. Remember that, Shanny? I still have that video too. And I'm gonna show that video when we get back this weekend to show you all a little something about them driving drunk and why they defend Miss Fucking Wonderful. Yeah. But make no mistake. Make no fucking mistake. TBI is not an excuse for people defending terrible actions. It's not. If you can rationalize it, you can rationalize your way out of it. There's plenty of people with TBIs that go throughout their life making great decisions. Their impairments exist in other areas. But yeah, what's Missy saying? She said something. They actually participate in this behavior and yet make up a completely baseless lie about me killing a child with a car. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Miss. That's a good point. That is a really good point. That is an incredibly good point. They had to fabricate that to try and because they don't know anything about it, so they have to make shit up. But it's weird. The one of their stands that does shit like that, and defending a chick with a large channel for clout, they'll defend that. But then they're shitting on Missy for something they fabricated along the same lines. Doesn't make any sense. I'm not driving. This is Drag right there. Y'all can't see her. She's off camera. But yeah. By the way, don't think for a second that she agrees with everything that I do and say. Not at all. We have conversations all the time. There have been back. Some of y'all remember Twan the Stone. The reason I made the video apology to Twan the Stone, because I was absolutely out of line in that. If y'all, I still have that video somewhere. But if y'all remember Twan the Stone, I made an apology video because she immediately was like, "No, you're doing too much." So don't think for a second that I'm beyond reproach, because I'm not. And that's why I want to address this here. But this is one of those cases. I'm not going to coddle people who endanger other people's lives. If it was any other thing, if it was like, hey, you're yelling at your kids and I'm calling them out of their name and berating them, yeah, I get, you know what? I don't need to do all that. But when it comes to endanger, like we're on the road right now, do you think I want this crazy bitch driving drunk next to me and my wife? Do you think my son would like that? Do you think my parents would like that? You know, it's not rocket science. It's not fucking rocket science. So when I tell her to go pick up brains up off the fucking ground, that's a reminder that, bitch, yes, I know your fucking backstory. You can't talk about shit about nothing when you continue to make bad decisions in your fucking life. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. She can't hear you, expatriate. But anyway, I wanted to address fucking Rev. What did it say? Because I watched it really quickly as I was taking shit. Leave it alone. Drag, you're a loser. Drag, you're a loser. That means loser. Drag, you're a loser. Call me a loser. I said, okay. I said, Rev, you are attached to a morbidly obese, decaying sack of flesh that is the envy of literally no one but yourself, and is the butt of quite a few channels, including my own. You don't have any work history. You have no education to speak of, no actual accomplishments, accolades. Half the time, people can't even tell what you are at any given time. You are in no place to call anybody a loser, sir. Not at all. But I get it. You had to say something. Crazy. Like, it's just... I would love to know what your criteria is. Is it kissing your ass? Like, come on, Rev. That's cute.
Then at the next one, turn
That's
right.
cute. But, no, I'm not moved by any of this at all. Not moved by it. So, anyway, there was actually something I was going to say. Oh. Going to stream the entire 5-hour drive? Hell no. No, actually. Nope. Not at all. Going to listen to some Outcasts and chat with the wife about stuff that we're going to go do. We're going to go visit some places in New Orleans. I'll take some pictures and probably do some video. More than likely have channel members. Yeah, I'll probably post some stuff for channel members, and then have it released later for everybody else. Need to come to the Brave Frozen North in New England. What the fuck is up in New England? No, actually, Scott, now that you mention it, now that the COVID vaccines are out and about, we're thinking that next summer, or I should say this coming summer, we're going to do another New York trip. That's sort of what's in the works. So New York seems to be a pretty good meetup spot for a lot of folks. So, and I mean, it's New York. Cash convenience store cucks. They drag him in the drum. I keep forgetting to turn this shit off. There we go. Lacey, Alabama. I ain't coming no damn Alabama. No, I had to turn off something. Coming no Alabama. Nope. You can forget it. Got some good. I think actually Tanker Kamal, I think, is in Alabama right now. Swing by and pick y'all up. Went to the UK. Eventually I will be taking a trip to the UK. Eventually. Me and the wife. I'm bringing her with me on that one. So once I'm done with school, plan on saving up a little money and then taking a trip across Canada, starting from the westernmost province going to the east. That's the idea. Kiss a cousin. I am going to be back in San Diego sometime, definitely. Probably me and Xavier, and the wife, actually. And she didn't get to go last time. So that's definitely in the works. That's definitely in the works. Come to Canada. Yeah, I know I will be in Canada. I will be in Canada. I'm going to hit every province if possible. Go to Alaska and Scotland. Why? Alaska and Scotland? No. Maybe Scotland. Maybe Scotland. Maybe Scotland. Gonna visit Ireland. Scotland. I heard Scotland better than Ireland. In Canada. Yeah, no, we'll definitely be visiting. There's a lot of Canadians I want to meet. Quite a few. There's a Canadian that I know off from Google Plus in every province that I'm trying to meet. Oftentimes one of them. There's a lot of Canadians that watch me, and almost, I would say 20% of my audience is Canadian. Y'all didn't know that. A lot of people y'all see on my streams are Canadian. You could probably hear it. Secular Opinion, if y'all watch him, he's Canadian. But you can hear it when he says a boot. Oh, you live in Vancouver? Okay. So here's a funny thing, and I'm not going to call this person out. Not right now. What's the province nobody talks about? Manitoba. How many of y'all are originally from Manitoba? This person does not mention that they're from Manitoba. Only when pressed. Only when it's like a discussion about, you know, what's the best province and who's from the best province, and that's when things get hairy. Who will admit that they're from Manitoba? You hear people talk about BC. Oh, Marcy, you're originally from Winnipeg. Okay, so that's two of you. All right, so you got a brave soul. Nobody, it's like, nobody wants to mention that. I'm 0.02% Alabama. I think my grandmother's originally from Alabama. Actually, I think she is. Okay, so there's another Canadian that y'all seen in my streams. He's from Manitoba, and because I would always hear the Canadians talk. Oh, you know, I hear him mention, you know, some of the major cities and then some of the major provinces, and so I'll just give you a quick list. I'll hear, obviously about Toronto, hear about Ontario. You know, you hear about BC, you hear about Vancouver occasionally. You hear about Quebec. And then, you know, I say, okay, so I'm starting to get familiar with some of these provinces and some of these cities. And I said, hold on for a second. What, don't y'all have a really, really big province? Because I'm trying to remember the map, and I'm like, and I go look at the map. Oh, shit, Manitoba. I said, oh, wow. So all of y'all are from all these different provinces, which makes sense. But, wait, do we have anybody from Manitoba? And one person speaks, yeah, me. I'm from Manitoba. I'm from Winnipeg. I was like, oh, and so the other Canadians started laughing. I'm like, okay, is Manitoba like y'all's Alabama? Like, what's going on with that? Because I would never hear about Manitoba ever. And so, as it turns out, it's like the Alabama, from what I'm told. It could be lying to me. Could be lying. Yeah, exactly. And that's the other thing, Marcy. Anybody from Manitoba never stays there. They always move to a different province. Nobody ever stays there. I was like, it can't be that bad. And so this person told me how to find the house that they grew up in. I was like, holy shit, bro. That's the hood. I don't know if you know that. That's a cop. That's the hood. Bro, how is your whole province a hood? That's crazy. That is crazy. Fucking crazy. So, goddamn. I said, how do you live in a GTA fucking universe? I feel like I'm playing GTA 5 and I'm on Google Maps. What the fuck is going on here? Like Detroit. Yeah, it does. It actually looks a bit like Detroit. Like, goddamn. I see what I'm about to say. I see why you moved away. Burning something over there. Dark orange smoke. But it's just little funny things like that. Little funny things. But then I can't talk. I'm from Louisiana. Yeah, I'm not moving back there. Fuck that. I'm going to go visit. Rilla's Valley of the Pagans. Burning Rev's garbage, orange smoke. That must be what it is. That must be. You know what's a funny conversation that I end up always having? There's a few people who watch me and who watched for years and known Rev for years. And these people are pretty well off. There's a few of them. They're pretty well off. Mind you, all of them have education. They've earned their money. They didn't inherit it. So, and anytime Rev flexes with money, I always end up getting sent pictures or like a little blurb. And it's just utter confusion from these people. And it's just like, it always, I don't think Rev knows how bad he looks to people who have money that they've earned. Way more money than make him say, oh, like Master P, nah. But it always happens. And so I kind of want Rev to do it more, because these people roast the fuck out of him. Every single time. And like, what was it, the $84 thing? It was $84 and he was giving money to Batman, which was really weird. Batman's a billionaire. And I don't know why he would give him money. But anyway, but stuff like that. Little things that happen in the background. Little things. Let's see. There's been another housing development down here. And cow pastures. A lot of family in Winnipeg, I'm sure. You go back to visit them? No. You're in a blizzard. I forgot, Crystal, where are you from? I thought you were from the South. Mr. D touch his shoulder and wants Shanny and Rev make stuff up about it. Oh, Mo, yeah. Oh, so Mo is referencing a video. Well, the series of videos Shanny and Rev tried to make when they were trying to review me, and they kept making up shit that was happening that wasn't. People had seen the original videos and heard the context, so it was like it didn't work out so well. I hope they do it again with this video. Love when he flexes money that I had when I was 21. Yeah, right. Wanted to go to Winnipeg as a young man. Why? There's so many other good provinces to go to. Why? I heard BC is beautiful, and they have like the highest population of Asians. There was some. Okay, that conversation was odd. There was a fairly popular video circulating on Pornhub for a while of it was an Asian chick, and she was an escort, and so people were in the comments trying to figure out who this chick is or where she's from. And as it turns out, somebody knew where she was from, and she was from BC. And so, as I was talking to people about that, somebody who lives in BC says, oh yeah, that there is a lot of, because this person is Asian, technically, Indian. And so it's like, yeah, it's a lot of, there's a large population, and it has to do a lot with where BC sits on the continent. Now, if you look at the map, unfurl the map, you can kind of see. So, oh, okay, yeah, it makes sense. It's easier if you just, yeah, gotcha. Same thing like California. I was like, oh yeah, if you look at the map, okay. It's like, duh. One of my slow moments. We ain't taxed the crap out of it. Really? You're in Kansas. You can't. Okay. That's right. You do live in Kansas. I didn't know y'all got snow. Coast Salish. I'm not familiar with that area. Coasage. BC is expensive. That's what I heard. Yeah. One of the reasons I want to go check it out. There's some large structure. There's two reasons I like to go to BC. There's some large building, I think on the center of a lake or something. I might be confusing it with another place. But there's some, I can't remember what it is, but I think it's a tourist attraction maybe. And but other than that, there's a lodge somewhere in BC, and at this lodge, when you go on the patio, there's an inlet that's deep and wide enough for whales to come in. So as you're eating breakfast, you can see whales actually coming up for air. And I can't remember exactly where that place is, but I do want to go there, and I want to take my wife so we can see whales as we eat poutine for breakfast or something. I don't know what Canadians eat for breakfast, so. But somebody knows what I'm talking about. And I saw a video of it because it was circulating a while. The Cube building, I think it's called. Okay, is that what it is? Yeah. So Quasi Monkey knows what I'm talking about. I want to see that, and I want to go to wherever this lodge is. It's in BC. Okay. Okay. All right. But that's the sort of stuff that I want to do later. So just to watch Shanny video. Ah ha ha ha. Want some spare me with some true poutine so bad? Yeah. Yeah, fake ass poutine. Somebody sent me a can of the gravy, and I still got to get the curds. I keep forgetting to do that. But I mean, it's COVID, so. Poutine, not poutine. It's not poutine? I could have sworn it was poutine. Putin. Like Vladimir Putin. Not poutine? Okay. Just like boudin. Saw whales went to Alaska. Yeah. I've seen whales before. When we went to San Francisco. Unfortunately, that trip was ruined by an asshole. But yeah, I thought it was. I thought it was poutine as well. Banff? Yeah. I got a glare so I can't see. There's a cruise that goes from Vancouver to Alaska where you can see time of year. Yeah, that I'm trying to avoid the whole cruise thing because being water, being waves, not a big thing. The wife ain't a huge fan of that either. Me, I could have never been a sailor. So the place is, the Cube building is a weird earthquake-proof design building. Does it look like? I think it's on top of water, but it's a big metallic structure. I know that, and it's in BC. But I think it might be the Cube building. I went out on a boat in San Francisco and was not having a fun time. I took the what you call it, medicine for that. I guess I didn't take enough. Did not help me. I had to lay down. Sea lions. Those things are loud. Fucking sea lion. I didn't know they're fucking annoying too. They're really, really loud and annoying, obnoxious. They never shut the fuck up. Unless they all decide to go to sleep at the same time. If you start falling asleep, all the rest of them fall asleep and they seem not to make any noise. Yeah, I mean, it is odd. But not the only person in shelter called Shanny. Other people they employ were just as horrible people when we went to watch Shanny's train, where lots of people banned and not by faith. Yeah. I guess people catching up. Yeah, it happens. It happens. I mean, what can you do, right? But I want people to have the opportunity, because right now, it's funny, Jason was talking about people being a loser. I don't need to hide people's comments and shit. I do delete all the fucking spammers of the, I guess, I don't know, they're Taiwanese chicks, or I don't know where these chicks are from, but they're just spamming everybody's comments and shit like that. So every so often I get a message that they're taking over the chat and say, all right, let me go and report that, delete that. But the comments from the sock accounts that were created a few months ago that have no activity, check my StreamYards and go, oh wow, you've only been watching for less than a month or two. Man, that coincides with certain simps. Okay, interesting. Keep them around. Why not? Chinese porn bots? Yeah, Eric Moss. Yeah, that's more than likely. Yeah, that's the only type of stuff, because I want to keep the people's comments. Because what I guess some users don't know, that if I actually do take the time to go look at comments, I can see all the comments where people have been commenting. So if you've just been going from comment to comment, video to video, just to offer dissent, and that's the only thing that you offer, it shows me that, and it shows me how long you've actually been on YouTube and how long you actually watch my videos. So if you're making shitty comments and you've only watched 2 minutes of my video out of an hour and a half long minute video, that kind of tells me who you are. Just a heads up for people who don't realize that. I can see all of that. But not to mention in StreamYards, the little game that people are playing right now, the gambling, that tracks your time. That's how you get points. You accumulate points by watch time. One of the reasons I have the game enabled. So, have fun. But yeah, some of y'all probably didn't realize that, but surprise. Like, I've been playing this game for quite some time. But anyway. Yeah, I wish there was a way to reduce the amount. I might have to go. I don't want to put the chat in slow mode, but I don't want the chat to be just filled with the game shit. Like, it's fun. It helps me track watch time. But other than that, it gets to be a bit much. They're tracking me, bro. Need them penny candies. And that's why I'm doing some of the Phasmophobia streams. You may not be a big fan of the games and stuff like that, would be like playing, and I try to keep all that on Twitch, but I'll do a re-upload just so for people who want to play the gambling game, they can just interact in Phasmophobia streams, and so you can get all your penny candies and your heists and all that kind of stuff during those streams, and that's sort of the reason I do that. Always lengthen the cooldown time. Yeah, I might do that. That's a pretty good idea. That's actually a good idea. Change the timer. Okay, yeah, she said, yeah, thank you. Somebody remind me, because I'm going to forget. Game is great. So do y'all like, actually, that's a good opportunity. Do y'all actually like watching me and Jello and Tad and a few others play that Ghost game? I'm not driving right now. I don't look at the camera. If y'all see me, I'm usually on the other side, but I'm not driving. You can also get killed because Sokka is dumb. Oh. No, so the game mechanics have changed. Gotcha game, not my thing? Okay. No, y'all just can't see Mr. Drag. She's off camera. So, let's see. It's like fun with all the banter. Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's so the objective is for us to, if y'all don't know how the game is played, basically you get a team of people. You can do it alone, but it kind of sucks alone. You have to find out what type of ghost is haunting a house. So we like to get a full stack, like a 4-man team together. And what you have to do is you have different items. If you've ever watched has anybody seen the show Ghost Adventures? Recreate the non-drunk version of the Rev driving video. It's like a freaking universe, man. It's like the creator of the freaking universe. I can't do that crazy shit. I'm too busy focusing on the road when I'm driving. But so if you ever watched the show Ghost Adventures or Ghost Hunters, they have the EFM reader, they have the camera system set up where they can do infrared and all that other kind of shit. Same concept. So what you're doing, you're being a ghost adventurer. You're being a ghost hunter. So all of us have to go into the house. We know the ghost name, and we have to take a thermometer into a room and find where the temperature is noticeably lower. So I just stick with Celsius. So at the rest of the house, it'll be from 13 Celsius to around even 19 Celsius, which is a little warm. You can play it in VR too, which I'm not doing. But from 13 to 19 Celsius, the rest of the part of the house where the ghost resides will be like 10 degrees Celsius, 9 degrees, and even in some cases, -1 Celsius. So, and that's actually a clue if it gets down to freezing. So when you find the room, you have to then bring in other equipment. Okay, Barbara. Yeah, so you have to bring in other equipment, like glow sticks, UV lights. You bring in a camera, or like a DSLR camera, and you have to bring in different things to find different pieces of evidence. And so eventually, and what Hamburgers is spamming in the chat there, is that when we get the ghost and we need it to come out, we have to keep saying its name. And so you'll hear everyone say to go, Barbara, you're a bitch. Barbara, fuck you. Barbara, you're an asshole. Barbara. And that's just us trying to get the ghost to come out, because it pisses the ghost off if you say its name. So people have looked at the code to tell what works better. And so what you end up use a lot of profanity, not because we're being assholes, because the game makes the ghost check for different things on different tiers. So at the top of the list, on the top tier that it checks for, is you cussing at it. I think there's something that's on there twice. Is bitch on there twice, or fuck? There's some profane word that's on there twice that the ghost is going to check for that before it checks for its own name. And it doesn't really even check for his last name. It does, but that's low on the list. So we end up using the ghost's first name, calling him the bitch, calling him an asshole. You know, fuck Barbara. Barbara can eat a dick. Fuck ass. Barbara's an asshole, whatever. And but usually we just come in there and when Tatted plays that D-Roy song, for some reason they don't like that D-Roy song. They really don't like that. Every time he plays it, the ghosts come out. They don't like that. So what'll start happening is the ghost is out and is hunting when the lights in the house start flashing, and your personal flashlight will start flashing. Okay, you can hear it walking when it gets close to you. And so what you gotta do is hide in the closet, go hide in a room, go hide in a and shut the door. But the ghost is it'll randomly go in rooms, and now the ghost can open doors, because what the AI is trying to do is looking for your head. And so it has a set place where, okay, the conditions are met. So now we're gonna make the ghost model visible, and now we're going to enter the hunting phase. And so what it tries to do is that it tries to find line of sight with any of the characters' heads. So my character, Tatted, Jello, whoever, is looking for our heads. Once it acquires that, it's going to beeline for us. But if we're obstructed by a door, then it's going to lose line of sight, and it's going to pick random waypoints around that area. So if you're hiding in there, it doesn't actually care for doors. They can go through the doors. But now they actually open doors, so that if they walk by you, let's say that the ghost has a waypoint and it's the room next to you, as it's passing by, it'll open your door. And so if your head is right there and it's not being obstructed by that door that it just opened, it's going to come for you. So you have to hurry up and close the door. But yeah, the game just got tougher. Evidently, someone's been playing Among Us. That's always fun. So I might stream a little bit of that. Get back. Some Among Us. Among Among Us is actually pretty fun. Actually, you know what? I'll probably play a little bit of that with y'all here if y'all start up a game, because I can play that in the car on my phone. So if we get a game going, check the community tab, and I'll put up the game code. And if you get in, you get in. You don't, you don't. So Mrs. D kills you. She's hard. Yeah. Mrs. D loved being the terrorist going around doing that. So you gonna try the drinking game? What's the drinking game? I don't know what the drinking game is. You think Faith alone there? How dare you allow her to invite herself by herself not to your stream? Yeah. No, David, man, you're a little late, man. Yeah, I had to explain to some of the newer people that how Faith got her injury and why she's defending Shani, because she's not a victim. You're drinking. Oh, that game. Oh, no. I did share that. I will share that on the community tab. Somebody remind me. Two Dice Dragon made a drinking game, and it causes liver cirrhosis. I can pretty much guarantee you it will cause liver cirrhosis. Trucks out here. No, you good, David. You good. You good. Yeah, David. Good old Jason's upset. That called out one of his simps. So he's taking it upon himself to start. Don't agree with him. So a bunch of comments now. People are just kissing his ass. The game it will literally kill you. Yeah. Like, it's funny. I got a text message today. The leave Britney alone meme and said leave Faith alone. I was like, oh god. Yeah, we're talking about Among Us, so we might get a game started here soon. Like I said, because I can play that in the car, or Among Us. And once I get the code, I'll put it in the community tab, so people who want to play can hop in. You can play it on your phone. You can play it on your computer. There's Soccer from Manitoba. Oh, Marcy. Oh, that was a good guess. That was an incredible guess. Yes, he is. That was a really good guess. You can probably hear it in his voice. Recognize your own. He deleted a bunch of comments last night where were more hate comments pointing out Faith being a hypocrite. Yep. Oh, yeah. The Chris Crocker. Yeah, I got that meme this morning. That was hilarious. Yeah, of course he did. Of course, because he knows good and goddamn well. See, that's the issue with Jason, is that him and Shani don't want people to know the entire story, and so they're good about having people have impressions of situations based on limited information, and that's why he'll purposely omit stuff. Just like in his video about here's the absolute complete truth, and he lies anyway, and then omits the fact that, oh yeah, I did talk to this chick. It's typical Jason. It's typical Jason. The truth hurts. He's a shitty person. He doesn't want to admit it. You know. But, you know. We really need to get the middle of these roads fucking fixed. Being so close. Goddamn barriers. I'm surprised I still got cell service out here. BS to deal with in life. Absolutely. And that's because there's a part of me that actually does want to sort of empathize with the shit. But see so David, let me use you as a perfect example. Let me use you as an example, David. So make sure my connection's still good. Okay, we're good. That David, me and you went back and forth for a little bit, but me and you have also sat down and talked. And me and you have a pretty good relationship, if I do say so myself. The same sort of criticism and same style of videos that I've done for G-Man or Shani, I've done for David. And know what? David copped to the shit that I was pointing out. And you know what? Hey. And I had a chance to reflect upon my way of approaching it as well. So it wasn't just a one-way street. By no means. Absolutely not. Difference. I think that right there is the difference. And David actually talked about it yesterday in the stream. So, and that's why I think has to do because of that. Because David actually can reflect and has reflected upon the things that he's done and the things that he said. And I think they see, and this is just me, David. I may be absolutely wrong about this, but I think David, one of the reasons they really don't like you is because they see something in you that they can't get with. They don't identify with. Shit. Anyway, go ahead and get out of here. Play some Among Us. Catch y'all later.